Welcome back to the House in Fata Morgana. Where we last left off, we've lost a maid. We found out the truth of what happened to the third door. Probably one of my favorite stories so far. But now, we checked all the corridors, and the painting told us she should go to the master bedroom. After all, the maid threw a key in this portrait. Don't ask me why, but the house has been strange. The light streamed through the window, illuminating a well-lit bedroom. A woman's silhouette stood before the departed. You're... wait a second. Don't you hide underneath your bedspread. Get out of there. But master, you agreed that I opened the window. I can't open the windows. The windows. Don't worry. I put curtains up. If it gets too bright, you can draw them. Who are you? Morning takes the best part of being outside and squeezes them all into the same hour. Are you? You don't have to go outside in the sunlight for it either. You just listen to all the wonderful sounds. The joyous songs of birds that swing in the trees, the rustling of leaves. You gave me light. The departed tried to call the silhouette, but did not respond. Reaching out for her, his hand simply passed through her body. I wish to put my hand on you. It does not seem to be him that she is speaking to. Perhaps he wouldn't have seen from the period of time. Am I being pushy as I feel right now? I wish to call your name, but I cannot remember it. I completely misjudge you. Say, you're the exact opposite of what I thought you were. My name. Let's see. I thought you were cold and cruel, huh? Heartless and incomprehensible. Speaking. But I'm beginning to get a better idea. To me, you try to put on airs, but you're really rather childish. You're short-tempered, but you can be surprisingly playful. What else? You have a pretty difficult personality, too. Now, hear me out. That's not everything. You gave me a chance to talk and listen tightly. But you can't be kinda nice, too. We agreed that we would live together. Not in the same house. So we got plenty of time to add more to the list. And I hope you can make your own list about me, too. This is just the beginning, after all. We got a long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other, you know? Let's not waste any time, then. What do you say we do something today that we haven't been able to do before? Where should we begin? Ooh, I know. How about we get this place cleaned up? Now that there's some actual light in here, we can see all sorts of things you'd probably rather not. Like dust all over the place. Who is she? But another place, another time. When the woman's shadows fade away from the master bedroom transferred back into its old dear state. Master, can you say my name? The maid. The potter was unsure how to describe the urge well up within his breast. He could not. Say her name. The potter stood unmoving to the master bedroom for some time, but it did not appear anything else was going to happen. So I decided to head back elsewhere. Call for the maid. The departed tried calling out for the maid. It was quiet. Hold on. Time to go back, go see the stained glass window one last time. We must have walked past it so many times. The departed returned to the room with the stained glass window. He searched throughout the mansion, but had no luck finding the maid. He felt somewhat tired, though he was not quite sure whether it was physical exhaustion or otherwise. This darkness feels like it's draining me of my strength, like I'm slowly being smothered beneath it. Taking a seat in one of the pews, the departed gazed upon the stained glass, staring solemnly down back at him, was the archangel said to weigh the souls of the deceased. Michael, perhaps he was trying to weigh the departed soul. My soul is probably not heavy. One last time to call the maid. Master! Master! Oh, there you are, Master. You give me quite the scare. After turning from the third floor, you disappeared without a word. It was you who disappeared. Oh my. It was I who disappeared. This is quite strange. I did not go anywhere as far as I'm aware. Nevertheless, I'm glad I have found you. I would have been a complete loss for what to do if I had not been separated from you yet again. Again. You said you were waiting for me. Indeed, I did indeed say that when you first arrived. I've been wanting for your return for a very long time. For centuries, as a matter of fact. That would make me a ghost then, you say. I didn't say that. She seems very perky. I suspect she's not in her right mind. Am I in mine, though? I am very much not a ghost. Would I be able to hold your hand if I were? Saying this, the maid took the departed's hand. It was cold enough to send a shudder down his spine, and completely devoid of life. Though a chilling as it may have been, you still took comfort in the feeling of her hand in his. If we were both dead, then maybe we could still teach each other. The maid looked down at the departed with gentle eyes. After a few moments of silence, she sat down beside him. The stained glass is quite beautiful, is it not? Every time I see it, it begins a tranquility in my heart. It does the opposite for me. A dreadful, deep-rooted curse affects this mansion. However, this room is the one exception. Can you feel the purity that hangs in the air, Master? I have a question. Yes, what is it, Master? Why is the stained glass still here? It was. Are you correct? You are correct. The stained glass window has been shuttered, and we're not present in the time period of the previous tale. So why is it here? I wonder. Perhaps it is because the mansion we are in presently resides in a realm separate from the real world. We are in the world constructed from myriad memories and histories. I'm sure that's when you regain your old self, Master. The mansion too shall be restored to its original state. So do try and remember remember all, right? Oh yes. Where did you go, my absent master? I wander around. I see. So you explored the mansion then. Did you find anything noteworthy? I gathered what appeared to be in the memories. Memories? I'm not quite sure what you mean. How peculiar. As a servant of this house, I pride myself in being aware of almost everything present within these walls. I wonder whose memories they could be. The key to the master bedroom. The key to the master's bedroom? Why did you throw it away? Why did I throw away the key? I beg your pardon? Huh? The painting. You say a painting told you? The departed could see predilectly perplexity on the maid's face. He had never seen her make such an expression before. I know nothing of any key. Huh? Oh, master! Oh, master! You should not tell jokes meant to accuse others. Discomfort. But a talking painting, you say? You seem to have rather vivid imaginations. Maybe you can tell me the next tale, master. I'm only teasing. Now, that was a nice break. Should we keep moving? A tale about the show is the last of the mansion's memories. The last? Maybe this time there'll have to be some trace of me. I'm silly you remember yourself after seeing it. To our feet. The final door is not far. And please, don't let go of my hand. Holding the party hand, the maid led him to the far end of the room. Oh. Grasping the stained glass window, a metal door came to view. Our destination lies at the top of these stairs. There will be one last door. She pushed open the metal door, revealing a long spiral staircase. Whoa. It'll be a bit of a walk, so let us be on our way. Oh, and please watch your step. This is called an observation tower. Normally, a tower such as this are built in castles or churches. So it's rather sage and strange for there to be one in a mansion. The last door I wish to show you, master, resides on the top of this tower. The observation tower. She cries? She cries from the top of the tower. And I... Reluctantly, windows were carved out of stone at several locations along the way up the spiral tower. The departed attempted to peer out one of the windows, but all he could see was a thick layer of fog. Perhaps the maid's suggestion that the mansion did not presently reside in reality was, in fact, correct. With each step, he found himself gripping by an indescribable sense of anxiety. Up ahead, something tells me there's something at the top of these stairs that will simulate my memories. The feeling somewhat resembles irritation or ecstasy. Sensing this, the maid tightly gripped his hand. There's nothing to worry about. You'll be fine. It's all in the past. No matter what may happen, so as long as you don't let go of my hand, you have nothing to fear. All in the past. But is it truly? The departed maid continued climbing the stairs, up and up, round and around, marching ever nearer the supposed final door. High up into the tower, as the light flew from below, drew distant, a round wooden door came to view. Patches of what appeared to be blood stains stained the surface, and holes had been bored into it with sharp objects of some sort. The departed heard a scream from far below, where no one should have been. Kill the witch, kill the witch, kill the witch. Burn her, burn her, burn her. Burn her, burn her, burn her. You were shook with fear the next moment. The maid opened the door, and then he slowly descended to darkness. Oh boy. The fourth door. 1008. 1099. Set it on. And also pour water into it. Gather the pieces therefore into it. Even every good piece, the thigh and the shoulder. Fit of one of the choice bones. Take the choice of the flock. And put all the bones on it. And make a boil well. And let them seethe the bones of it to Ethereum. Thus said the Lord. Woe to the bloody city. To the pot whose scums is Therian, and whose scum has gone out of it. Bring out piece by piece. Let it not fall apart. Once again, a familiar sight in the door. Ah! Where is she? Where does she go? She came... Hey! She came down this way. I'm sure of it. Find her! Find her! And burn her. Burn the witch. Yes! Burn the witch. Burn the witch. Burn the witch. Burn the witch. Burn her. 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 Then when I lead thee upon the land, I will cast thee forth upon the open field, and I will cause all the fowls of the heavens to rip pain on. I'll call to remain upon thee, and I will fill the beasts of the world with thee, and I will lay thy flesh upon the mountains, and fill the valleys with thy height. I will also water with the body the land, where then thou swimmest, even the mountain, and the rivers shall be full of thee. And when I shall put thee out, I will cover the heaven, and I'll make the sky therefore dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give her light. All the bright lights of heaven will I make dark over thee, and set darkness upon thy land. The land. I seem to have lost him. Now where am I? Where should I go from here? What am I to do? Darkness spread across the forest, the eye can see. Not a ray of light shines down behind me. All the strokes on my cheeks are tendrils of darkness. Every passing day, every fading hour, my world is engulfed in enmity. There exists no kindness in the shadows, only solitude. I've lost track of how long I've been on the road, wandering aimlessly until I arrive at this dark forest. I no longer have anywhere to go. Oh, Father who art in heaven, I need to thee within my heart, and ask thy thee bless thee. Oh, Father who art in heaven, I ask thee to shine a light upon me and show me the way. Please have mercy upon my soul. Oh, Father who art in heaven, I do love thee dear. Hallowed be thy name. Please show me the way, and may be shunned and prosecuted, and may have no place to go, but nonetheless, I am unable to give on life. To cast aside my hope. O Father who art in heaven, please guide me unto salvation. O Father who art in heaven, please guide me. I can no longer remember when my life became naught but running. It became endless wandering in the dark. And now I have reached a point where I have long since forgotten my hunger and thirst. My voice has become hoarse, my vision gone blurry, and my consequences begin sinking into hazy morass. That mansion appears before me, wrapped in a morning fog that seems to... Ooh! I like that. The silhouette looked up. Nice, that's really cool. Ah, just like in Mel's dream. Oh my. The mansion came to view like the world fading in after a dream. It does not appear as though anyone lives here. All the windows are either boarded or shuttered, as if it long since been abandoned. A tower which seems out of place in a personal residence stands tall. Stands tall besides the mansion. The whole building is as though it could disappear with the fallout. He is an unwelcome presence, freezing me in the tracks. However, if this is where you have led me, then I shall follow your guidance. Having nowhere else to go, the mansion is my only salvation. The light that guides my way. And so I must have faith that no matter what I find, where the spirits of wild beasts dwell within these walls, that this is where I will find peace. Is anyone there? I guess it is abandoned. That makes sense. It would be more unusual for someone to be living in a house so deep in the woods, so far from civilizations, like it's been forgotten to time. I can't imagine anyone spending their days here. What if I can't get in? I very much doubt I can find anyone else to stay. Wandering around through the woods. The door opens. Then I'll die out here in the forest. If the door doesn't open, thank you. I come to accept much, but I'm not ready to forfeit my life yet. Please. The door is heavy, though it seemed to protest my attempts to enter. It still opens much easier than I was expecting. I was worried over nothing. Looking in, I get the strangest impressions of light as being swallowed up into the mansion's depth. Rather than go inside, it feels as though I am about to step outside the boundaries of this world. When I close the door, it's so dark I can't even tell where I'm walking and what the windows are. Though I may fumble my way over to a window, it's tightly shuttered, and the shutters are cracked caked with rust. Probably not going to get it open without a fight. If only had some source of light. I can't even see my hand waving in front of my face. It feels like the floor will fall from under me, and I'll sink into eternal darkness if I don't watch my step. Fighting back the fear, I slowly walk forward, tracing the walls with my hand. Door at the end of a long corridor. I pull it open, and a whisk of blowing chilling air brushes past me. It's too dark to see anything, but I can feel something different present in the area than the rest of the house. Uneasy growls. Is anybody there? My voice suddenly disappears into the void. No response. I push it forward through the freezing air. For a split second, I was about a shimmer of light. Squinted my eyes, it was to make out a large window. Unlike the others, it's not shuttered, but covered up by drapes. The chances are slim. I imagine if there's any light possible, I'm getting some light here. So with the shot, to pull up the drapes. And of course, the same Michelangelo appears once again. The next moment, faint but colorful light shine down upon me. It's a stained glass window. From beyond the glass, I can hear the subtle pitter-patter of rain. I guess it finally started. The different colors blend into a milky white, dim but wondrous. It's gorgeous. Why would someone cover this up? It's beautiful. With a little more light, it'll be. Please do not touch the drapes or the windows. Suddenly, hear a voice that contains someone else in the room. The man's voice is emotionless, neither deep nor high. Before long, he comes into view, illuminating by dull orange candlelight. There he is. I'm sorry for coming uninvited, but I did announce myself. The man stands there practically blending in with the darkness. Has he been there the whole time? He's staring straight at me. His gaze wavers slightly, but not enough for me to read anything. The candle in his hand and the light from the stained glass windows are the only illuminating in the room, neither of which are practically bright. As a result, his outline is faded and blurred. It gives off the impression that you might vanish entirely between blinks. My apologies, I assumed this house was abandoned. I suspected you would prefer to be abandoned. Not at all. Is this, do you live in this mansion? Yes, I have for a very long time. Though I have barely barred the front door, but it was seemed I left it open. What brings you here? If you're lost, I'm happy to give you directions. There is a village west of here. should take you maybe half an hour. If you need money, help yourself to some of the furniture. Trade it in for food at the village. Then make your way to a larger town. Please allow me to stay here. Could you repeat that? I cannot go to the village. I cannot go anywhere. I'm no longer able to return to any town. I'm being hunted. You seem rather young to be a sinner. So, you have transgressed? I'm neither thief nor an adulterer. If I bear any sins, then it has been with me since birth. I will do everything I can to stay out of your way. I simply ask you, grab your shelter until all blows over. If you wish to know any of my transgression, I will tell you. So please do not throw me out. I see. And do you ask me this of me, or of how people refer to this mansion? Pardon? It is says that a witch once lived in this house. It says that and not just any witch, witch. The house will be tainted by her, and all who dwell within meet their demise. Holy crap, look at that! Look at that! And not just any witch, a cursed witch. This house has been tainted by her seething hatred, and all who dwell within meet their demise. But you live here, don't you? Like her, I too am cursed. Huh? What kind of curse? The one thing I can tell you is that your life is in danger if you get involved with me. Did you approach my curse? I am likely to take your life. You'll kill me? So, yes. So you do not belong here. Yes. Yes, do not belong here. To live with... To live with me in this mansion is to sentence yourself to death. No matter what path I choose, I doubt I have a future. And if that's the case, then I shall live how I want. I don't care what people say about you or this mansion. I wish to stay here. You might think I'm rather strange, but my heart tells me that I must stay here. That was... think... rather, but... it tells me that killed here. That I was guided here. I'm hearing what you said to reinforce this. What are you scheming? I'm not scheming anything. I simply tired of running. So if your curse is going to kill me, then perhaps that's for the best. At the very least, you won't be hunting me. You won't try to flay me, tear my arms off, rip the flesh off of my bones, and that's enough for me. If you have committed no sin, then why do they hunt you so? Fever forever. I'm accused of being a witch. Master, please wake up. Return to me. Have you come to, Master? I apologize for saying this door without warning. It was to give you quite the scare, but I beg your forgiveness. I had a terrible screaming from down the stairs, and I panicked. You say you saw the white-haired girl? I see. She made into the world beyond the door before me. I am deeply relieved that I was able to take your hand before losing sight of you. Presume you're already grown familiar with the atmosphere at this time period, Master. If you've seen her, as he said, then use the basic grasp of the situation. She was a very misfortunate girl in this area, accused of being a witch, abused, and persecuted. Her life was in constant danger. It was again her appearance that brought this upon her. That snow white hair and those ruby eyes, clearly different from her and from everyone else. Oh, and I apologize. I neglect to mention that this story is unique. As for what sets it apart, that will be made clear as we proceed. The one difference is in the time period. The tale I've shown you began with a beautiful flaxen hair family, followed by a tale of the bloodthirsty beast, and then the tale of steel and ambition, proceeding chronological order. However, the door we have entered takes us to a time period now known as the Middle Ages, long, long before the three tales. Yes, that is correct. This is where it all began. The Mansion's Curse, Tale of the Witch, and your identity. All of this should be made known. If, after this tale, you're still unable to claim yourself, there's nothing more I can do. This story contains the last tale I am able to tell you. So I ask you, please don't let go into my hand until it's all over. Now then, let us begin a beautiful, tragic love story of two solitary souls trapped in the Mansion of Darkness. In that era, the mansion was a dungeon draped in darkness. After a great deal of time on the run, the white-haired girl found herself at a remote mansion that stood in darkness, overgrown with forest. All the windows to the border were shuttered, and it was even darker inside the house than out. Not even a ray of moonlight could enter those walls. Only natural, the white-haired girl had presumed that nobody lived here. But her guess was incorrect. Someone did. He dwelled within the house. It was a young man named Michael. Though she could not make out the details of his face in the candlelight, she thought him a very handsome man. However, he complained to her that a witch resided within the mansion, and that he too was scared. Everyone got close to him and lost their lives. Do you think he told her all was all nonsense? A lie deceived to chase her out of the house. The truth of the matter shall come to light in time. Despite Michael's attempts, the white-haired girl decided that she would take up residence within the mansion. This era, the white-haired girl was younger than the others. She was still in her early teens, young enough to be seen still as a child, but she was neither self-centered nor irresponsible as you might expect of someone her age. She was very delicate and reserved, and acted with a great deal of modesty and restraint. The accusations of her being a criminal and a sinner were grossly inappropriate. Nevertheless, she was still chased from her home, barely managing to flee into this mansion inside. Now, the white-haired girl thought it would be rude to simply take up space in the mansion, so she chased down the mansion to Michael and asked, is there anything I can do to help? I'll clean or cook or do anything, just let me know. I can repay you for allowing me to stay here. You need not feel in debt to me. The way of this obligation were only true to disband. But I can just stay here and do nothing. I can just stay here and do nothing. Do whatever you like, as long you do not enter my room. That is all I ask of you. He said emotionally, turning away and walking on. Michael was not, I believe, sprunging her. She was merely disinterested. He did not appear to treat her disrespectfully, nor did he seem averse to her presence. Words simply did not come to affect him at all. Not only was the mansion a prison of his body, was also a prison ensnaring his heart. I should still do whatever I can. But she did not let her guard. But she did not let that get her down. In fact, she might even interpret this interest as kindness. Though he was a bit standoff, he did not attempt to cause her harm. He was not thinking like the people who accused her of being a witch and forced her to flee of her life. She was deeply grateful for that. Was that Thus began their quiet life together. Michael would avoid contact with others. The wire girl would take a great deal of the abuse from others. Two people who knew hardly anything of one another, who were too distant to be said to be living together. Michael spent most of the days in the chambers, so they only ever saw each other occasionally, and they hardly ever spoke. Though they stayed in the same house, they both still lived a solitary life. Okay. That's good to know. Solitary life. Nonetheless, the white-haired girl wanted to get to know Michael better. She wanted to know why he called himself cursed, why he lived alone in the dark mansion. How many days, how many years he spent here in solitude. And while she waited for the opportunity, she also started doing things around the house. Back in the library again. The first project she set out was to take care of cleaning. As the windows were all firmly shut, her only source of light was candles. For whatever reason, there was a great deal of candles stored in the cellar. She wondered where on earth he acquired so many, but she never found the opportunity to ask him. It was difficult to even see all the dust and cobwebs with only the candlelight, and considering the poor airflow through the windows, she was afraid her efforts were going to be in vain. She still persisted, sweeping and wiping things down, one room at a time. Eventually she made her way to the library. The dust that settled there was much heavier than any other room. With each breath she had to fight back coughing. It was not a room where normally would be comforting to spend. It was not a room one would normally be comfortable spending much time in. But inside its only bulky volumes lining and shelves, and her heart aflutter with delight. There, books. They're books. Incredible, real books. Margaret had never seen a book before. She heard people describe them, but this is the first time she had ever seen one by herself. For herself. Parchment was very valuable commodity in that era. It was something monks or scholarly priests made us use, and not a material one could easily acquire without some degree of social rank. Books were not printed with machines, but copied by hand. A single volume took an incredible amount of time or work to create. Even the process of binding was an art. Standing before herself, she said, she stared intently at the spines. There's so much dust. Oh great, now we're gonna go through this. Hold on. There's so much dust. Did you not read any of them? Just a peek, a tiny little peek. She said, making Susan to the empty room as she reached her hand towards one of the books. The only caught her eye was on the upper shelf. It bore gorgeous jaded embossing. It looked like it belonged in the treasure chest. Nah, almost. Almost. Though she tended to act older than her age, the white-haired girl was still in her early teens and not especially tall. Even standing tippy-toe was still barely just within reach. Long lashes, thunder fingers made contact with the spine. She kind of pulled the duck down towards The library had sat abandoned for some time, causing the covers to stick together. So when she attempted to pull one, several others tilted with it. And then, almost all the books on the shelf came avalanching down to... Ow! The way I got grown, buried underneath a mountain of parchments. The option not damaging any of her lost valuable collection with the mass was enough of a setback already in her tense expression of gratitude. Looking around, she saw one volume that was almost torn in half. She didn't know whether it was in that condition beforehand or it had happened in the fall. But nonetheless, she felt horribly guilty. Stay there, unable to get back to her feet. Tears began welling in her eyes. Then suddenly a shadow fell over the girl. Took a book in its hand and returned to the shelf. For a brief moment, the shadow's hand reached hesitantly towards the way girl, then changed course towards another book. Ah! It was Michael. There was a hint of perplexity in his otherwise emotionless eyes. Perhaps he heard the noise and came to see what it caused. I'm sorry, book. What were you doing? I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to make a mess. I didn't mean to damage such precious books. There's no need to panic. I'm sorry? You made it sound like though I'm admonishing you. What? Did you not want to read a book? I do, but that's what I originally came to clean. Clean? Yes, I feel guilty simply being idle. I did say you can do anything you please, but you have no responsibility to clean anything. I just end up making a bigger mess anyways. You need to apologize. Okay. If you want to read, help yourself to any of the books. But I don't know what to read. I just thought the cover was pretty, so I wanted to hold it. You're free to use them however you wish. If you like looking at them, it's not for you, by all means. These are all your books, aren't they? And they are. It's incredible, you have so many. It must take you a long time to acquire them all. One per month. What? My family sends me one every month. Every month? The way girl turned her gaze toward the shelves when her eyes began to count. When she finished, she was in awe. There were excess of 100 books on the shelf, which meant he lived in solitude for many years. She was lost for words. Their dull tones, dreadful, inoffensive, and not even interesting enough to waste a few hours with. Decorations is all they're good for. I see. If you put them to use, then perhaps my happy that won't be entirely meaningless anymore. I'm going to return to my room. Don't feel obligated to clean up. Just a minute. Was there something else? Could you tell me your name? I just realized I never asked for your name. And knowing what to call you will make conversations awkward. Whew. You don't need to know my name. You don't need my name too. I want you though. Michael. Michael. Like the Archangel. The name suits you quite well. It suits me. It does. Although it's difficult to see in the dark, you seem to be a very handsome man. Befitting of your name. I beg to differ. And giving me his name is the highest form of mockery. Except the real Archangel is probably rather annoyed by it. I don't know. I think it's a wonderful name. And your? No, never mind. Oh, my name. My name is Gazelle. Please call me Gazelle. Gazelle? Oh, thank goodness. For what? That I was able to get your name and talk for you a little bit. We haven't seen much of each other since I first arrived, so I'm glad I got to hear your voice. So very glad. You gain nothing by speaking to me. You have no responsibility to do so, and there's no need for you to feel joy about it. I'm not pleased out of some sense of responsibility or necessity. I'm just depressing. Not being able to have a conversation with someone living in the same house. You do not understand me at all. As I said on the first day, my curse will one day kill you. But I'm still alive, aren't I? You're welcome to believe I'm lying, or that I'm really out of my mind. But it'll be too late when you realize the truth. I'll be fine, I'm sure. And even if I do die, because of your curse, I promise I won't hold a grudge. Could you possibly be keeping you away from me out of concern? No, simply, I have no interest in interacting with anyone. I would like to interact with you, if you don't mind, that is. As I told you, you had nothing to gain from that. I have nothing, not even words to give you. My body is but a shell. Even if I were not cursed, my presence would cause you discomfort. I don't think that is. I don't believe that there's anyone in the world that there's anyone in the world with absolute nothing. There's plenty inside of you. Simply have you not noticed it yet. Jesus Christ, I am tired. And not all of it will only cause others pain either. If you truly believe those words, then you're a foolhardy girl. How can you trust someone you only just met? For the matter, how do you not resent everyone? Resent them? I can take guesses why people call you a witch, and why you fled all the way to this mansion. Your white hair and red eyes. That's abnormal, seemingly human appearance through their combination. I can think of a number of reasons they may have started treating you less than human. Perhaps people around expressed misfortune, or perhaps there was a natural disaster, a famine, a plague, some kind of external phenomenon, and you were their scapegoat. Yes, you are by large correct. Then what would make me unworthy of your trust as anyone else? I have no claim to having interest in, but goodbye. If you don't mind, could you teach me how to read sometime? Did you listen to anything I said? I listened, yes. I have no intention of idolizing you. I do expect you to do anything for me. What am I doing? Someone wishes to be allowed to be at your side. It does no matter to me what kind of person you may be. That is all I want. I apologize for keeping you. Please consider it, if it's not too much trouble. As the master of the house, Michael made his way out of the library. He appeared to be slightly rattled. Perhaps the way a girl determined had ignited something in his chained heart. Or perhaps someone had something else. She stared towards the darkness to which Michael had disappeared. She didn't care for wraparounds around the jaded and embossed tone. A soft smile spread across her lips. He's a decent man. I'm sure of it. We're alike, he and I. And thus the blossom within her fainted sense of fellowship. And someone else so new saw too. Well, the House of Fata Morgana will be right back after these short messages. It had been a week about the way a girl had taken up residence in the mansion. Staying in that house, the primal, I imagine, a very claustrophobic experience. Children were blessed enough to have sunlight a part of their everyday lives. It would have been unbearable. But for her, the mansion, with its prison walls, and lack of even illumination or recreation, was the one place she could find respite. She and Michael continued to be distant, however. He spent most of the times in the bedchamber, which he quickly told the white girl to stay out, leaving her unable to close that gap. Nonetheless, on the occasion they did cross in the hallway, their eyes met, but briefly. It was never for more than a few seconds. Whenever she saw him, she made a point of giving him a little smile. He never said anything, but still, when she had first arrived, he would not have even met her gaze. He seemed to be taking more and more notice of her. One day, the white-haired girl stood in the cellar and frowned on her face. Oh, this is troubling. I can't go down to the village, but if we don't do something soon. The cellar was the food storage, and the assortment of 9 pairs of dry suits, smoked meats, and cheese. Her daily meals were taken from the supplies there. However, the stockpile was beginning to grow quite small. Where she's not on a run, she could have gone to the village to produce more. Or perhaps where she was a little tougher, she could have catched a wild animal for its meat. But master, you know a young girl, delicate thing like her was hardly hunting for food. How does he normally get supplies, I wondered. From there, other questions about Michael started raising her mind. No matter how lifeless he seemed, surely he still had to eat, right? The weary girl nodded, then made her way out the cellar, turning to head for his bedchambers. On her way there, she stopped him standing by the entrance, staring motionless at the door, lit by a single candle. He appeared to be waiting for something. May I ask you a question? Go on. I was just down the cellar and noticed we're running low on food. Do you normally go down the village to restock? I haven't been outside in 10 years. Then how do you... What if I told you I don't eat? Wait, what? I am not of this world. As such, I don't need for substance. What would you think of that? That sounds very... if you can survive without having to eat, that's one less thing to worry about. If it were possible, I'd like to have that ability too. It would seem trying to frighten you is a waste of time. What was I supposed to be afraid of? Never mind. It doesn't matter. You asked about food in the cellar? It's getting to be about that time. Wait and you'll find out. What are you... It's here. Oh. If you want to know where my supplies come from, open the door. But I'm in hiding. There's no at the door. The lock key is nothing more than a signal. A signal. The wire girl turned towards Michael to press him for more information, but he averted his gaze. Find the answer yourself, he seemed to be saying. She took several moments to gather her will, then watched towards the door over the... Oh man, gotta stop yawning every few minutes. Over to the door. So bright. The sunlight, which she had not seen in some time, was so bright it seemed to burn her eyes. Although the sun itself had gotten any brighter, she had simply spent so much time in the dark, her eyes were no longer accustomed to much light. The color of her eyes made them quite sensitive to light already. So when she stepped outside, her whole world went bone white. The wire girl stood motionless for 10, perhaps 15 seconds. When I finally adjusted to the light, what's this? She noticed a prey on the ground at her feet. She turned her head back to ask Michael with the box, but the mansion was so dark, it appeared wholly separate from the outside world. From where she stood, she was unable to distinguish Michael from the shadows. You can leave it there. I'll take care of the rest. What? Although Michael approached her in the box withdrawing a knife, the already evidently kept hidden somewhere on this person. Whether he gets through the rope that bound... Go on, open it up. At an instant, she placed her hand upon the lid. She had no idea what lay inside this wherever I brought it was already long gone. However, aha! Ah! It was just rather anticlimactic. She was worried about what might be inside. We were just talking about the supplies in the cellars. So, we were. It completely slipped my mind. This should at least last us for some time. It's all preserved, so just like what was in the cellar. But I don't understand. Who would deliver all this to you? There should be a book in there as well. Wait, what? Oh, there it is. Library, he said. That his family sends him one book a month. So then, why did you deliver this leave without speaking to you? What happened to him and his family? Is he here because they want him here? Or because he chose to be here? Take the book to the library, please. I'll bring the rest of the supplies to the cellar. But it's a big box, I'm sure you could use some help carrying it. That won't be necessary. Take the book and go. But, fine, then stay here. I'll take care of everything. Wait, hold on, please. What is it? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to. You know, I'm trying to pray, but I can't help but be curious. Say what you have to say, please. I was wondering if you could tell me, why do you live here in this mansion? Why did whoever delivered this box leave before you even opened the door? Could you perhaps be in prison here? I told you this very first day. I am cursed. It's only natural for a cursed man to live in a cursed house. Yes, but that's such a vague answer. I didn't understand why you were in the situation you are. I don't know how you feel about it. There's so much I don't know. And I'm not even sure if your curse actually exists. I see. That is perfectly reasonable, though, from your point of view. Having been branded a witch because of your appearance, it will make sense that you would think my curse might be fabricated, or perhaps a metaphor for something else. Alright then, come with me. What? I'll show you my curse. As he turned his heels, the white girl caught a glimpse of what appeared to be a smirk on his face. The whole thing was some kind of sick joke. The smile carved into his mask was far cold than any look of any annoyance or rejection. It was about to twinkle nervousness. She still forward after Michael. Followed after Michael. As much as he might have stood on a crowd with the height and long hair, his presence was almost entirely eroded away by the darkness. She felt like he could simply fade away into nothingness at any moment. Many things are buried here. Huh? Mice, insects, wild cats, and dogs. Have you ever thought that it's strange how little light seems to be around this mansion? You're right. I haven't seen a single creature since I arrived. The only sound you could hear is the wind howling. Now that you mentioned it, it did seem peculiar. They were all killed by me, or rather, they lost their lives because of me. You have your answer now. Butterfly fluttered its way into the ruined garden, dancing up and down through the air. Michael held out his fingers before him. The butterfly, mistaking it for a branch, drifted down upon to rest its wings. Had the scene stopped there, it would have been a picturesque moment. All that comes in contact with me was its life. My skin, the breath I exhale, my flesh and blood. It's poison to all life. But the butterfly movement began to slow. It spread its wing in one last flutter attempt to fight gravity. Then without warning, it shivered up into a dry husk. Holy shit, that is a beautiful shot. It's dead. All dried up and lifeless. Like it's been dead for days. It's like his fingers drain all his life out. Is this curse? Is it even possible? What I saw with my own eyes. If this Nile's curse explains so much, if this is his curse that explains so much, there are more than just insects and animals. Quite spread here too. Servants who came to visit me long ago are here, beneath the ground, at our very feet. That's why the servants leave before I open the door. Should he touch me, should he get near me, his very life is in danger. No one is interested enough in seeing me take that risk. No one will have anything to do with me. The area of soul even wishes to see my face. No, now you understand what I meant when I said I will eventually kill you. Is that so? That's why you never even once touched me. When I knocked down the books in the library, you didn't offer your hand to help me. You're the only one who ever made contact with the box at the entrance. At that time, when I offered to help you carry it, you refused. Because you didn't want your finger to accidentally brush up against mine. My actions were not out of concern for you. I simply dislike people. Other interests mean nothing to me. One odd face you're making. Do you not believe my curse is real? No, I do. It is certainly irrational, inexplainable, unbelievable, but you show more than enough evidence. And I don't believe you're lying to me right now either. If you are careful to cover your tracks, you could make your escape. You do not belong here. How much sorrow must be weighing down on him. So no, I will not leave. I will stay here with you. Leave this place. No, I will not. Why? Why do you insist upon remaining in this house? After learning what I can do, you have no reason to stay. Then tell me, why are you tired to drive me out? If you don't care for others, as you say, if you're not concerned about anyone else, then what does it matter to what I do? What does it matter if I die and you curse? You're a very kind-hearted man. You've been watching out for me since the day I arrived. Do whatever you can to not inadvertently kill me, to not afflict me with your curse. No. Here's what I think. No one's capable of showing genuine care for others can honestly, truly dislike all people. They can possibly be indifferent. No, the day we met before the stained glass window, you heard me out. You listened to my polite. You did not try to cheat me out. That day, I thought you'd be a good person, and I still believe that. I simply assumed you would leave on your own when it was safe. I never thought you'd be foolish as to want to stay in a house like this with a man like me. Does that make me foolish? Do you not value life? Are you not afraid of death? Do you not find me unpleasant? The thing I fear most is loneliness. You were truly right by then. I can safely sneak away and get myself far from here. But if I do, I will inevitably find myself in the same situation. The only way I can find this, I can avoid that fate, is to stay away from everyone. To live in solitude, with no one to talk to. I know you can understand how that feels. It terrifies me. I'm afraid of having to spend day after day with no one to talk to, no one to share my experience, my thoughts, my feelings with. If that what awaits me out there, then I want to live with you. I want to express my, essentially, you to be essentially part of my life. Impossible. Never again will I allow myself to get close to someone only watch them die. Never again. My mother was the first to die. But as the number rose, it became clear that I was cursed. I was forbidden making contact with anyone, even at home. Regardless, being in the same house, accidents will happen. Numerous people lost their lives. Accidents unfamiliar with me. Those who simply attendants unfamiliar with me. Those who simply push up against me by mistake. You couldn't take it anymore. So you choose to move here to this remote mansion to keep yourself from your family. You were imprisoned here. You weren't in prison here. You were elected to live alone, so you wouldn't hurt anyone. The noble house. Rather than abandon me, they provide the means to live without desire. I'll be very careful. I'll do everything you should know actions occur to keep you from being alone again. I will not for any reason touch you. You have my promise. To take life of anything you touch. Oh God. It's been for a while, and death has not been baffled me yet. As long as I do not touch you, there shouldn't be any problem. Also, and I apologize for this simply being me reading too much things into, but I feel like we're two of a kind. I feel utterly alone more than anything, and I think you understand just how scary that is. So, why are you so stubbornly insistent on it being me? Someone you meant, someone you were meant to be with. You may not have found them yet, but I believe someone like you will eventually will. Because unlike me, you still have a vigor to express. It has to be you. I'm certain of it. Why? Because you can't tell me. No, I can't. Please don't get upset with me. I think. I might really, really love you. Use a power that evokes images of witches or demons, the unclear and impure. A weird touch will all it took to stop, to strip man and beast alike from its life. God has quite a few cruel streak to bestow upon such power, upon such a beautiful young man imagine. And a strange power was indeed like something out of a fairy tale, like something confined to words upon the page. It seemed unworldly, unbelievable. Nonetheless, he had demonstrated the body of a girl, but his particular powers were indeed real. That said, the world has its fair share of oddities. It's a weapon that the curiosity tends to remain in a way, only knowing too few. Although you lay on upon numerous of usual phenomena of self-mastery. With the order to the past there which we have passed, this very mansion. As a matter of fact, the two of us. Now just as you saw, the wire girl found herself enraptured with this man and its cursed power. Why do you think Michael acted response to her proclamation? As such, he was unsure how to respond. After setting those... We'll just... I'll consider. While he was not someone who wore his heart on his sleeves, I personally believe he was completely devoid of emotions. He had somehow forgotten how to express them in his intended solitude. So I think he was in that moment in a state of complex panic. She had, after all, assaulted him with a stream of incomprehensible declarations, and knowing the truth, she still wished to remain in the mansion. And that knowing the truth, she loved him. She loved the love she had declared for him. Of course, he was not only the only rattle. I'm too tired to do this. See you tomorrow.